Hey everyone, Stacks here, and welcome back to the channel. I've got a preview for you for Excalibur number 4. The writer on this is Tini, and your artist is Marcus Towan. Let's get right into it. This is finally getting a little bit into what's going on with Gambit. He's sitting there. Rogue, of course, is in this coma state that is either induced by the magic from Otherworld or Krakoan or a combination of both somehow. But whatever it is, Rogue is just laying there, and Gambit is sitting there talking to her, and he says, "Rogue, I'm tired of this. I wish I could do a really good Cajun accent, but I'd probably just embarrass myself. I'm gonna do it a little bit, okay? Rogue, I'm tired of this." Nope, that was pretty bad. I'd be lying if I said I never thought about being your Prince Charming, saving you from this kind of thing, but I ain't been able to save you yet. Not for lack of trying. Even when you can't listen, you're still the only one I want to talk to. I'm going to London for Betsy and the others. And that's it. Nothing else is going to stop me from getting you out of there. Now, as Gambit arrives in London, everyone is up in arms because it's finally gotten out through these whisper networks that Captain Britian is now a Krakoan citizen rather than a British citizen. And people are out in the streets throwing a huge fit over it, having a riot, chucking bottles and everything. Well, they decide to chuck a bottle at Gambit, and he ain't having it. Now, Shad, the only accent I do worse than a Cajun accent is a British accent. So I don't know how to do a British accent well at all. But they're sitting there yelling at him as he's walking up. He's saying, "I heard about y'all. Y'all don't like Betsy, huh?" And they're sitting there yelling at him, "Go back through the gate, beauty trash. Go back to Krakoa." And they chuck that bottle at him. He catches it in the air and says, "Well, y'all don't like Betsy. You're really gonna hate me." Takes it, starts overcharging it, doing his Gambit thing. They all start running. "Oh, he's crazy. Oh, crazy. You ain't seen," and blows up the bottle as people just run away like crazy. Inside you have Rictor, who's apparently feeling a lot better after Apocalypse took him to Krakoa, and he's given Jubilee a civics lesson on all the British dynamic there on the island. So he's talking about, so English people are British, but not all British people are English. She's like, okay. And the UK includes Northern Ireland, but not the Republic of Ireland, so only Northern Irish people are British. Okay, that's important. And despite being in Europe, not everyone thinks we're in Europe. That's the continent. And a subtle jab at the EU thing going on in Brexit. So anyways, which one of these fearless leaders is she to talk to? Talking about Betsy, of course. And says, "I'm pretty sure that Betsy's here to talk to the Queen herself." And then Jubilee asks him, "So you're feeling pretty good, huh? You're feeling a lot better?" And she's like, "Yeah, Jubilee, you can tell because there's no earthquake going on." And Jubilee responds, "So Apocalypse fixed your powers?" And they go back to this silly joke about he prefers the Krakoan letter A. And what did he do to you? And he's like, "He didn't do anything. He just listened, that's all." So Apocalypse is now a counselor. And he says, I know it sounds crazy. I'm not saying I like the guy, but you don't get that old without learning a lot about how people work. He knows stuff. I'm feeling good." And then there's a big explosion outside and said, "Maybe we should go get him to talk to Gambit." They're like, yeah, that's not going to happen. I will say that I liked what I saw back in Xmen number 2 out of Apocalypse. When the islands re-merged, he saw the summoner. He realized it was one of the children of his original horsemen, and he had that moment. He called them his children, and it was touching. He embraced him, and it was a really cool moment. And it lent a lot of depth to Apocalypse, and you knew we were going to get some backstory. What I don't really like is this softer side of Apocalypse here. Well, he sat and listened to me. This is the same guy that was like survival of the fittest and all that stuff. I don't quite buy this. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool him going and getting Rictor and everything and bringing him back. But this is getting a little bit far. If I get somebody sitting on a couch or laying on a couch talking to Apocalypse and he's talking to him about, "And how did that make you feel?" then I'm going to just lose my mind. I am really glad they're finally getting around to getting and discussing Gambit, other than him seeming like this whiny dude that's been here the whole time. Just, why are we here? It's 1 through 3 still does not make sense in the grand scheme of things. and you really can't explain to me why they did what they did at this point. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the preview. I do plan on picking this up still. And that's all I got for today. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And for those who have hit it recently, guys, thank you so much, guys. The channel continues to grow, and I'm really grateful for that. Leave a like if the video wasn't horrible, and I do apologize for my really bad accent. I kind of had fun doing it though. And hope you guys have a great week. Leave a comment below. That's all I got. Real Comic Stacks out.